Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings Today. Some days ago, late 2021, Mbazuiluike had gone to see the president over the release of Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. But right now, as we speak, Mbazuiluike is getting angry over two things. And IPOB is involved. The presidency is also involved. We're going to ram all these two into one, finding out exactly, because obviously he has trust over one and is getting angry over the other. Before we go into the news wrap, I would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see bell notification, and please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Let us start with his standpoint with indigenous people of Biafra. Well, the elder statesman and First Republic Minister Mbazuiluike Ameachi has threatened to withdraw from the effort aimed at securing the release of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, that's Nnamdi Kanu. In a widely circulated viral message, the 92-year-old former aviation minister said that the actions of some indigenous people of Biafra members were jeopardizing ongoing efforts to secure the release of the indigenous people of Biafra leader. The message reads, and I quote, "I have personally contacted," that's Ifeanyi, that's Mbazuiluike talking now. He said, "I have personally contacted Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, that's the IPOB leader, the IPOB leader's lawyer, and the IPOB's lawyer, and expressed my concerns and sought his intervention about the actions of some IPOB leaders, which is endangering the ongoing discussion and negotiation about the release of Nnamdi Kanu and the Igbo question. Their sit-at-home order is ruining the Igbo economy and sabotaging the effort to release Nnamdi Kanu. They must stop their actions and utterances, which makes the release of their leader more difficult. If they don't, I will withdraw my effort." That is him now coming from the angle of what the IPOB is doing to, according to him, sabotaging the background moves they're making. Now, his standpoint, President Muhammadu Buhari, don't forget that President Muhammadu Buhari granted an interview to channels where he mentioned categorically his standpoint with Ameachi has to say. According to Ameachi, he said that President Muhammadu Buhari would consider a political solution in the case of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. He disclosed that the president would fulfill his promise to explore a political solution to Kanu's matter, despite a statement made by the president during the channel's television interview. You will recall that sometime last year, November 2021, Ameachi led some Igbo leaders to meet with the president to seek Kanu's release amidst the call for a political solution. But while at it, the president had during the meeting told the delegation that the request for an unconditional release of the indigenous people of Biafran leader was too heavy, as it runs contrary to the doctrine of the separation of powers between the executive and judiciary, however, adding that he would consider it. But report had it that Buhari, in a recent interview with Channels Television, shattered the hope of the Igbo leaders pleading for release of the indigenous people of Biafran leader. He vowed not to interfere in the running of the judiciary or its processes, asking the pro-Biafran agitator to defend himself in court for spreading false information about Nigeria when he was in the United Kingdom. Speaking in an interview with Punch, Ameachi said Kanu's situation can be solved either politically by President Buhari or even legally by the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami. That means there's actually two solutions, depending on which one the president is comfortable with. He said Kanu's situation can either be solved either politically or even legally. When I met with the president, he told me he would consider my request on Nnamdi Kanu. And I'm quoting Ameachi now. He said, there are many ways to kill a rat, so I have no reason to doubt the president. People need to trust him because he's not the type of president who talks without knowing what he's saying. He's a highly principled man. I don't think the president has reneged on what he told me. He has so far not. All I know is that discussions are ongoing and I can't tell you more than that. We are in contact. And I have trust in the president's word. This is so amazing. The fact that a man that old still takes the word of the president. He does not look at it on the level of politics. He did not say it as a political answer just to dislodge them. but rather he saw it as a man who gave a promise to an old man, who also is an old man himself, and he gave a man a promise to as a principled man, and he believes he knows the gravity of the words and the promises he has made. When he said that what they were asking for was too heavy, but then he will look into it. He never said it's going to release, but he said it's going to do something about it. Which means even if the president does not want to, intervene one-on-one with Nnamdi Kanu, they can actually, AGF Malami also look into it in judicial manner. All right, which means either which way, the whole thing is still on the table of Aso Rock to determine the fate of Nnamdi Kanu unconditional and if he's going to be released. Of course, either they do that, either which of those, or Nnamdi Kanu will have to defend himself totally in court. Either which way, he's still pleading that let the president go through it. But now, he's getting really angry. What's his anger? That indigenous people of Biafra still are insisting on sit at home. And he's not talking about the leadership of IPOB. He said some members, some coordinators. And if you could recall it, I think some hours ago, Ima Powerful got very angry that some coordinators on ground or in Nigeria on ground are actually working against the orders they gave over the sit-at-home order. They said they gave a sit-at-home order that's going to just be on the 18th, 19th, 20th, I think on the 19th. The remaining 3 days are supposed to be normal duties. The reason why they're giving that day is just to honor their leaders so that everybody can go en masse, to support his hearing. But other than that, he said it's actually a work day. But there have also been those who have been advocating for civil disobedience. If indeed they're looking at the release of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, that's Nnamdi Kanu, they should look at the bigger picture and not the civil disobedience, the one that is working at the present. Now, looking at what is going on, then you have an issue in our hands. Like the saying goes, what an elder sees at the rooftop, or rather, what an elder sees lying down on the ground, a youth to climb the highest rooftop, or even the highest tree, or even the highest mountain, he still will not see it. There's something about the elder man coming to play. Usually, people respect elders. But now, he's looking at it from the angle that let there be no lives lost, especially with youth, and the fact that, these are next generations. He's looking at the bigger picture and he's pleading that the IPOBs, the indigenous people of Biafra, asking and sitting for sit-at-home. Don't forget that Ima Powerful himself has seized this issue or suspended the issue of sit-at-home. But there has been another call for civil disobedience, and it's working. Honestly, it's working against Nnamdi Kanu. And he's saying, look, we can do this one-on-one. We know ourselves. We are actually old elder statesmen. We know where to touch and political solutions where we can hit the sacrifices we need to make here and there to bring out our illustrious son. But your sit-at-home order may not be working fine. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take? Do you agree with what Pa said?